Good morning, you badass motherfuckers. It's the All on Me, the morning drinking show. I'm your host, Greg, giving you what? Daily fucking dose of what? Reality, motherfuckers. We dropping truth bombs. We dropping curse words, cuss words. What do you call them? Is it curse words or cuss words? Bad words. We dropping bad words because guess what? I'm a bad motherfucker. That's the proof. Happy Father's Day to all you fathers out there. Holy shit. That's an interesting topic today. Interesting topic. You know, I probably got something to say. Glad you're joining me this morning. Hope you got yourself a little coffee. You know, it's a different kind of day over here in New Mexico this morning. God, it's been so dry for, I don't know, feels like the whole year up until about the last 5 days. And waking up this morning and it's like drizzling, it's cloudy, a little gloomy. Like the weather's a little down, but it's nice. It's nice because it kind of slows everything down, right? It gets us maybe a little more internal. That's the thing I feel when I wake up with weather like this. I feel like I'm a little more in touch with my emotions, my thoughts, my internal ideas. And you know, I had a great weekend so far. Yesterday, got in some power hot yoga. Shit, man. God, I almost tapped out. I almost blacked out. If y'all motherfuckers think yoga is just a joke, a walk in the park, oh, what's that yoga shit? Go do a power hot fucking yoga, man. That shit will kick your motherfucking ass. Good morning, you motherfuckers. We know we talk your shit on here. I appreciate those of you that get on here. It's been a little crazy yesterday. Had some interesting interactions and some commentary from some goody good, some good people, but they goody goods. You know, and I know it frustrates people, right? Because they try to tell me, hey, man, you switched up. Why are you switching up? You know, why aren't you preaching Jesus no more? And I'm neutral. I'm neutral, man. If you love Jesus, you love Jesus. You just denying yourself, laying it down there at the cross. You know, go in peace, man. That's good. That's good for you. I'm glad that program's working for you. This is a great story. I tried it. I gave it 100. And I got chewed up and spit out of that environment. I asked too many questions. I'm too curious. I asked too many questions and I got too many people broke. Been out of shape, man. Quit asking all these questions, man. Just have faith. You know, what is faith, right? What is faith? You know, can you explain to me what your faith is? You know, how much excuses do we got to make for our faith? I hear a lot of people suffering. I see a lot of people suffering. I see a lot of people making excuses for their faith, right? Having to defend the big God for when he doesn't come through for you. You gotta make all these excuses. Well, that was just his will. I'm just gonna keep laying it down there. It's all external. It's all external. The It's All on Me program, right, is about going and doing the internal work, right? This internal journey, right? Self-discovery. No one out there that I've talked to has yet to tell me, you know what, man, I was in this program from the time I was 5 years old through the time I finished high school. And every year, every week, we spent time learning about ourselves, talking about our emotions, expressing ourselves, learning healthy dialogue, healthy communication. Ain't nobody went through that program that I know of. It's all been fucking trial and error. It's all been, you know, memorize and learn everything else outside of yourself. Learn about freaking Thomas Edison and George Washington and Ben Franklin. But you can't learn about the motherfucker in the mirror. Can't learn about how you tick, how you work. And it kind of gets to me, you know, like I talk to a lot of people and it's like, I know a lot of people that are suffering. And I'm talking about people of faith, right? People of faith are suffering. They got low self-confidence, low self-esteem, right? Low self-worth. Does any of that shit resonate with you? You're a person of faith, you know, you like going to church, low self-confidence, low self-worth, low self-esteem. Does any of that resonate with you? And then your faith is telling you to deny yourself. How is that supposed to build you up if you can't even take credit for shit? Like, it don't make sense to me. Like, I thought this is a big, huge universe breathing God. He don't need to get credit for all of your accomplishments. I talk to motherfuckers all the time of the faith, and there's, oh man, I'm just, God's doing it, waiting for God. It's like, dude, your self-confidence is so low. You're hot 1 minute, cold the next, up and down, and yet you're totally confused. You're always seeing things through sin and not sin, good and bad, devil, heaven, hell, all this bullshit. It's overwhelming. I know too many people that follow that path and they miserable as fuck, and then they making excuses the whole time. So then they coming at me with commentary, and I like listening to people. I'll hear just about anybody talk about anything that they're passionate about. If you're passionate about something, right, I'll give you, what I will do is I can see the passion. And that is something I appreciate, is when somebody is passionate about any subject. You're passionate about something. You guys hear this? I'm passionate about life. I'm passionate about talking shit. I'm passionate about building things, learning new things, trying new things, right? Failing and getting back up. I'm passionate about making a difference in this world. I'm passionate about fucking being a dad, right? I'm passionate about, you know, living life adventurously, right? Living my life, not living vicariously. That shit, that don't work for me. You motherfuckers live vicariously through all kinds of bullshit. Me, I don't need to live vicariously. You guys see, I'm the one that's doing this. Some of you probably live vicariously through me, and that's all right. I'm not trying to hammer on you, but I am trying to inspire you to go and start doing some things so that you can be the hero of your own story. But if you're a person of this faith, don't do that. Deny yourself. I got to lay it down at the cross every day. It's like, what, dude? You have no self-confidence. How are you supposed to build self-confidence if you can't even give yourself credit when credit is due? Fuck, it's crazy. On a day like today, it's not easy. Not everybody's happy about Father's Day. I think just like Mother's Day can be a very emotional day, and that's why kind of the mood today is, it's pretty accurate. The weather, the mood, the environment, we are products of our environments. And my heart really goes out to men like myself, fatherless fathers, right? I'm a father, but I'm fatherless. I ain't got a man in my life. He ain't been there. Last time I saw my biological father, I always know there's always a difference between someone that has a dad and that someone that don't really know, that's estranged from the fathers. They always say, I met someone recently and they do the same thing as I do, which is, I don't know my biological father. Or when you use the term biological father, I know that there's not a relationship formed there. And that's a sad thing. So my heart goes out to fatherless fathers first and foremost, right? Because what it takes is what we do in here. Positive male role model, right? It takes a positive male role model to help someone like me, right? To develop into a more healthy, secure, stable, loving, kind, masculine, man. I mean, it takes positive male role models, because I didn't have a dad. I had a stepdad that was there, but it's so convoluted. I had a grandfather that was there too, but it's just not the same. I can't explain it. I don't want to put down people, but I give it up to stepdads, people stepping into those roles, boyfriends that are acting like dads, with kids, raising someone else's, another man's kids, your boyfriend, that's a big credit to that. I give it up to dads that I know that are fighting for time with their kids. That's some bullshit. This is a fucked up system. Family court's a fucked up system when it comes to dads that genuinely want to spend time with their kids, genuinely want to have a relationship with their children. But because of falling out, because of bullshit between them and the mother, right? It's a fucking nightmare. I know so many dudes, man. It's a nightmare in this country with some men, some, not all. Not everybody gets off the hook, because me, I don't know, deadbeat dad. I had a deadbeat dad. My dude never was there, never supported, right? left a lot of fucking destruction, and carries around a shit ton of guilt. I forgive him. What the fuck am I gonna do? Right? That's on him. But I do go out. My heart goes out to fatherless fathers and them dads trying to fight for them kids. My heart also goes out to orphans, children. Right? I know people that they never got to know their father. Right? The mother made a decision that the dad didn't even be in the picture, so they didn't even get a choice. Right? And that's tough. I just know what that is. It's an identity crisis. I grew up with it most of my life, right? Having one name, having like a stepfather with a different name, my mom's with another name. It's like, who the fuck is this person, man? Your birth certificate says one name, your mom has a different name, this dude has the other name. Who the fuck are you? Whose are you? Whose are you? Anybody know that painful feeling? I can think about it every time I signed up for Little League or any kind of sports league or just anything, man. Always having to like explain and unwind whose am I. It's a painful thing. But big shout goes out to positive male role models, right? Men that are willing to fucking step up, right? Be the example, be a father. No one's fucking perfect, man. I mean, shit. I beat myself up to this day, right? I had some really kind messages this morning from some close friends, and that shit gets me emotional because, again, Father's Day is it's a challenging day, right? It's not the biggest day that I look forward to, because I always say every day's Father's Day, every day's Mother's Day, every day's a day of life, which is significant. In this culture, though, we always got to look for these days to have more significance than others, and that's kind of bullshit. You know what I mean? Like, to be celebrated on one day as opposed to all days, for the role and the responsibility, the sacrifice that men make in order to provide, in order to protect, in order to guide and lead. Fuck, man, the role of a father is a hard one, and it's been that way through history. Men have fought, the massive majority of wars, right? Men have built most of the industrial world, right? And I hope I don't have like women fucking melting down, but that's historic data. Men have fucking been the backbone, right? The hard motherfuckers that are willing to fucking defend, build, sacrifice, lay down their lives, right, in order to advance civilization. And there's some amazing women, right? There's women that have to fucking wear those roles. I know of when I was in the military, right? And men getting deployed, right? The moms staying back and having to wear fucking the dad hat, the mom hat, the fucking everything hat. It's like, that's not easy either. So there's a lot of good in that too. I had the real great fortune of going to a wedding yesterday with someone that is working with us here at the motel, and he's a friend now. But seeing him have that proud dad moment of giving away his daughter, it's that was kind of a proud dad moment that I got to witness for someone I know. Even though I've seen it a few times this year with some of the weddings that I've worked, it hit a little different yesterday. It kind of made me think like, shit, I ain't ready for that shit. I'm not ready for that yet. My daughter's 15. I mean, I was married by the time I was 19. So within 4 years, eesh, she could be getting married. That's interesting. I can also tell you, as a divorced man, right? A day like today can be kind of hard because I'm someone that I put a lot of investment. I put a lot of emotional investment in, having a relationship, getting married, the dream of staying married forever and, starting a family. And, I think the fact that ended in failure, right? A failed marriage and expired marriage, that, a lot of that can eat at me as being like, I'm a fucking failure, man. Like, I failed my kids. I failed my ex-wife, and so there's a lot of emotions around these parental roles, right? I think back to even the faith community, a lot of, the Father in heaven, right? The Heavenly Father, right? He knows what's best. We let him off the hook for all kinds of shit when he don't show up. And we say it's okay when he discipline us and do all kinds of weird shit. Or we say that. I don't know. It's weird, right? The Heavenly Father, right? Greater than any. He sent his own son to die for us. Holy shit, man. What a hell of a dad. He sent his son to die. That's a hell of a story, huh? Right? Fuck, man. These stories is crazy that we reading. What version you reading now? Right? God's word. What version? What version are we on? Are we at the millennial version? Right? There's a gazillion versions. I wonder which one is the right one. They're great stories, all of them, huh? There is some incredible father stories in the Bible. I read through it all. Some pretty fascinating ones. And so, yeah, motherfuckers, good fucking morning. I hope your weekend's going well. I hope your life's going well. I hope you're figuring out some shit. You know, I start off my day, positive affirmations, getting in that journaling, right? I had kind of a late night last night watching the wedding dance party, man. There's something that makes the price of admission always worth it when I get to watch the wedding dance party, all the people getting into it. That DJ starts spinning up all that hip hop and crazy music. You see all these people getting crazy. It's pretty funny stuff. But regardless of my circumstances, I have found lots of redemption in my own story by being a dad, right? By being a father. It has been an incredible life opportunity, a role. It's been something I always dreamed of from an earliest age because I always wanted a father, right? I always wanted a dad in my life. Never really felt like I had that. I had stepdad, right? He was there. He watched a lot of my sports and stuff. But again, that's a whole nother story for a whole nother day. I think in my own experience, what makes me so proud to be a father is that I know that I have a 15 and a 13-year-old that they have done things over the course of their life that when they're with me, I'm doing it for the first time and they're already doing it. So I'm already in my 30s, I'm already in my 40s, and I'm doing something, an experience for the first time in my life, and my kids already getting to experience that. So I feel like I'm raising up their standard, raising up their expectations and their outlook on life, right? There was a lot of things, I think even just when I went after college, right? I don't remember going to a lot of college graduations. Again, didn't have a huge family, but from the family we did have, we didn't have a lot of academic freaking scholars. So it was really important to me, the fact that I knocked out 3 college degrees and I walked for every one of those graduations. It was important to me for my kids to see that because, again, I never saw that growing up. So it was a first, a first in the family. And like I told you guys, anytime that you do something new, right, it elevates not only your life, it changes your life, totally new dimension, but also for your friends and your family when you raise the bar to a new height. And that's kind of what I'm digging in on you motherfuckers every single day is you need to dig in inwards. Fuck all this external bullshit, man. Ain't nothing going on around you matters if what's going on inside you is corrupt, is fucking mangled, is corroded, is old, is miserable, is fucking emotionally fucking broke down. What the fuck does it matter what's going on around you, right? And it's crazy because, I know I'm really hard on myself in general, but definitely as a father, right? My kids make a mistake, they do something, it's like right away I'm like, oh shit, this is a reflection on me. And it's not. I'm learning that, we can teach our kids, we can guide our kids, we can mentor our kids, we can love our kids, we can forgive our kids, we can punish our kids, discipline them, whatever we do, right? But they're not always going to do everything we say. Did you do everything your mom and dad told you to do? Nope. No, man. So we beat ourselves up in that regards too, in the parental role, mother, father, it don't matter. We beat ourselves up. We ain't got no perfect book, you know. It's like when my kids start turning teenagers, things changed. There was definitely some shifts, and you know, every year is kind of a new experience, right? To learn and grow as a person, right? And I'm grateful that they can hear this message, you know, that I'm in this state, because I guarantee you this phase of my life is going to trickle down and be a positive impact in their lives. They're going to have this as an example. And it's something I never had, right? Having a male be able to express their feelings and emotions, their thoughts, right? And it's a powerful thing. You know, I could tell you the other day, me and my son, we were at the grocery store, and an old friend of mine, right, black dude from back from the college, just ran into a man. He's a real good looking guy. And you know, I just kind of said, "What's up, bro?" And next thing you know, he's seen my son. He's like, "Is this your son?" I was like, "Yeah," because I don't know if he had ever met him. And literally, like, he just wanted to talk about me to my son and how grateful my son was to have me. And like, I'm sitting there feeling like, dude, like I feel so fucking like shit. Maybe I, you know, just like got upset with my son or something. Next thing you know, this dude's like telling Prescott, like, "Oh man, do you realize how lucky you are that you don't just have a father, you have a dad too in the same roof? There's a difference." And just is unrehearsed, man. And that shit gets to me, right? The idea of father, dad has always been an emotional, touchy subject for a fucking guy like me, right? And I know I'm not alone. I know there's a lot of fatherless fathers out there. My heart goes out to you guys today. My heart goes out to you guys that are fighting, right, to get access to your kids. That's some bullshit, man. That's some motherfucking bullshit. You know, you moms that are holding grudges against these dudes that, you know, who knows, maybe they have fucked up, right? Why can't they see their kids though, right? Why does their kids have to be a fucking price tag, right? Access to my kids is a fucking dollar sign. That's fucked. I do believe there's financial responsibility that we should have when it comes to raising kids. Um, but access to being able to communicate, connect with our kids, it shouldn't take fucking court battles, man. It shouldn't take fucking all this other bullshit, especially when you could just turn on the fucking phone, the computer, anything. You could turn this on and connect. Why can't they do that? Why are they not permitted to do at least that? Right? Where there's control. If you're so afraid of the fucking man, right, that's the father of your kids, why can't they do this? Right? I hope people would become a little more kind. Let their fucking egos go. Let fathers be fathers, mothers be mothers, right? Let's set aside our differences, man. Children need both parents. I know that. I could have I probably would have avoided a lot of my fucking heartache and pain, you know, having a positive male role model from an earlier age. But because I didn't, one of my one of my intentions in life is I've always had to seek that out. I've always had to look for men that I see, that I admire, that I see doing life right, right? Could be my age, could be older men. It doesn't matter to me the age. I just have always looked for positive male role models, right? To have his friends, to have his men that I can connect with, right? Communicate with, build friendships with, have conversations with, and that's something I'm super grateful for. Is men that are truly, you know, raising the bar, transforming themselves. I mean, I look at myself as striving every day to be a positive male fucking role model every single day, right? Not just for my kids, but you know, I did it when I became a teacher. I want to be a positive male role model. You guys have no idea, man. Like the school I was in, my class for the 2 years I was there, I mean, there was probably out of like, I don't know, 40 to 50 some kids that I had as a student. I probably had maybe like 10, you know, 10 of those kids had like a traditional family, mom and dad. beyond that, fuck, man, I had kids that had like neighbors raising them. Not even like, I think they lived alone and the neighbors just kept tabs on them. Uncles, brothers, sisters, grandparents. I mean, all kinds of unique types of arrangements for caregivers. So the one thing I miss the most about teaching is that role. Is I knew that so many of the children that I had encounters with, that I got to interact with, that it was their first, right, time ever having a positive male role model, a strong man that's caring, loving, kind, firm, right, disciplined, right, assertive, but also supportive. And I think that's the biggest thing that I miss, is I truly do love playing that in the lives of children, particularly, right, the youth. And I know a lot of amazing men that are in those teacher roles that are fulfilling that right now. So even though I'm not doing it, I know that there are many, many, many men that I admire, that I look up to, that I worked with, that's what they're doing. And it's a beautiful thing. It's a needed thing, right? I think statistics show, communities that are lacking fathers, right, it is a lot more violence. There's a lot more gang activity. There's a lot more imprisonment of the children, a lot more teenage pregnancies, right? There's just a lot more fallout when the men are eliminated or deleted, right, from the family structure, from the connection. And it's sad because some men choose to do that shit. Some men just walk the fuck off. Some men feel forced out. Some men are pushed out, right? Regardless, we got to take what? Total fucking responsibility. So I'm not trying to sit here and play victimization role. Oh, all these poor fucking men. No, it just shouldn't have to take a fucking court fucking fight for years on years for motherfuckers to see their kids, to get access to their kids. It's crazy. It shouldn't take that. And it does. In many cases, in many situations, it does take that. So a little bit of ranting on today. As far as what I'm going to do, I'm hoping to go for a hike. It's kind of rainy and drizzly, but the elements don't bother me too much. Definitely want to go take my kids out to go eat somewhere, and that'll be fun. But I'm grateful. I'm just grateful for life, as with every day. It is just another day. It's an important day, but it's a significant day, right? Because it's a day of life, and we can make a difference. We can choose to be not only a positive male role model, a positive female role models, right? I mean, women are just as important in the structure of society, right? Positive women that are driven and hungry and ambitious and strong and loving and caring and kind, right? Helpful. We can all be better versions of ourselves. And, it's unfortunate that throughout history, the youth is usually the ones that take the biggest hits when there's fallout in relationships, right? And I've been saying, if you want to improve the relationship with others, you got to improve the relationship with yourself. I also say I want to destroy public education in its current format, because it's all about IQ, memorizing, learning about fucking all the bullshit outside of yourself, when I truly believe that so much suffering in this world is psychological. I was talking to a dude last night, and he was, we were just chit-chatting about life, chit-chatting about being fathers, and it's an incredible thing, right, to be responsible. And a lot of, I know a lot of dads that are very projecting. They have, they want to fit their kids into a mold. I think women are like that too. Moms want to, they want their kids to live up to a certain expectation. And I've never really been like that, right? I was very athletic growing up. My kids, a little bit, but they're not that active. And I don't want to push them, force them into that stuff. I want my kids to find their own path, right? To look inside themselves and find their own callings, the things that really, that they respond to as they look inside themselves, as they develop their own gifts and their own talents. They'll find that calling, and hopefully I can be there to support them on that path, regardless of what it is. Regardless of what it is, I know how many people I know that feel that they've never lived up to their parents' expectations and they feel like shit for it, right? Their parents look down on them, and that's fucked. You know, we all have this journey called life. There is a point in it when we kind of do cut the cord, man. We're not, you know, there's always going to be a form of a relationship between, you know, parents and their kids, but you know, there does come a time in life where we have to stand for ourselves. We have to discover what is the gift inside us. And the gift inside us is not necessarily the exact same gift that one of our parents have or caregivers. So it's an interesting thing, man. My heart also goes out to, you know, all the men out there that desire to be fathers that haven't found the person to do that with, right? Or maybe have found the person, but there's other issues there that prevent it from happening. I think there's still a lot of ways for you to find and fulfill that role in your life. You know, big brothers, big sisters would be one thing that comes up. You know, foster care. I knew someone very close to me that went through a lot of foster care growing up. And, you know, I think there's a lot to be said about people that are willing to foster children, not just puppies and dogs. I mean, there's children in this world that need foster parents because of situations and circumstances beyond their control. And I can almost guarantee you that those types of children have a lot of trauma. They got a lot of deep rooted trauma. And I know that because I've talked to people that grew up in that situation. And I was a teacher, and I could see children I had in fostering situations that you could see the dead energy on them. You could see that. You could feel it. It was so thick, and it permeated the classroom. And, you know, I'm grateful for the ability I have to mentor, right? And I think even just when I talk on here, I think I'm talking to a lot of the children inside of you, right? The child inside of you, I think, is what a lot of this message resonates with, or it also repels you because the child inside of you is hurting. If you turn this shit on and you get super repelled by it, right? All the curse words, all this shit, it's, you know, it's usually the child that's appalled. It's the child that's afraid because maybe it's triggering something, right? Maybe you did have an abusive parent that all they did was fucking curse at you and all this crazy shit. And so maybe it's a little bit of a flashback. And clearly not my intentions to give you flashbacks, but I'm going to keep speaking my truth, preaching my fucking message. And, you know, I welcome commentary, man. You want to jump on here, start putting, you know, sharing your thoughts and your ideas with me. That's great, right? Do your thing. Please do not assume that we see things the same, because we don't. I can guarantee you, you do not see what I see right now. You see me, and you do not see what I'm seeing right now. And so because you don't see what I'm seeing, don't assume that we see things the same. There's a lot that I share. I know I probably share more than most people ever will about their lives, but there's a lot of shit, trust me, you guys, I do not share with you. It's too much for me to handle a lot of times, but it's shit I'm working through, it's shit I'm processing, and it's just on the deeper level. But I do share little bits and pieces of just about every aspect of my life. And that's a very refreshing place to be. I know I have definitely found my voice. I know I am definitely sifting through what truth is, what reality is, what faith is, what belief is, what is salvation. Do you need to be saved? Do you need to deny yourself? That seems so fucked up, man. I could just think, you know, as a father, where I would just be so, you know, if you just think about like the faith story, right? God, you know, and put it on like someone like me as a father, and I got 2 kids. If I was to like instill on my kids that you got to deny yourself for me and my desires, you're going to do what I want you to do. I'm going to lay down the rules. You're going to do those things. And if you don't, there's going to be punishment for you. It's an interesting story y'all chasing after, especially the magic tricks. I ran into someone yesterday that's been chasing after the magic trick for a lot of years. And we were talking about some anxiety. We were talking about different feelings and emotions. And it was just, it grieves me when I hear people just making excuses for the faith and and just still searching for healing, right? And it's just, I think it's packaged wrong in this country, what healing is, right? Especially in the divine form of healing. I have seen some miraculous healings. I think even myself, I have a few cases where I have felt I have been healed. But I also know people like Dr. Joe Dispenza that healed himself, right? Going into the quantum realm of meditation and just inward travel, right? Unlocking stuff. Joe Dispenza is a great resource. If you ain't listened to him, Google Joe Dispenza. Let's start listening to some of that shit, man. I mean, this guy broke his fucking whole entire spine. Should have had like the Halo fucking spinal cast, and he healed his fucking spine with his mind. So y'all motherfuckers that want to just do the magic trick and think all your emotional wounds are gone, it don't work like that. I'm sorry. You will not change my fucking mind. It does not work like that. That is why I am here. That is why I talk my truth, because if I could have just had the magic healing, I probably would have been preaching the word of God this morning. But instead, I'm talking all this shit, which is a lot more of my fucking true, authentic self, because I don't have to represent somebody else. I don't have to put on a fucking act, right? I don't have to try and gain an acceptance. I'm not worried about my crowd paying a fucking fee, the membership dues, right? I don't got to do any of that shit. I can just speak my truth. And the truth is, there is mystery to it all. You can have the deepest faith. You still just don't know. I hope you're right. But who the fuck knows? We ain't going to know until we all dead. And then even then, how are we going to be able to come back to tell about it? So I just say, live your life to the fullest. Quit worrying about all the bullshit. Quit always chalking things up with dogma, like it's right or wrong, good or evil, the devil, fucking, Jesus, the angels, demons. Like, fuck, stop with all that shit. Sins, do's, don'ts, 10 commandments, all this shit. Like, just be a fucking good person. Be the best version of yourself. Why does it have to be like that? Right? I talk to men all the time that are chasing after faith, and it's like they're so focused on all these rules and shit. It's the law of attraction. The more you fucking try and the more you get stressed out and overwhelmed by all these things you're not supposed to do, guess what? You're going to do them. And then you're going to feel even more guilty and more like that. And yesterday I had a couple people reaching out to me, and it's like I started feeling all negative and shit, because it's like y'all think you're like the light of this world bringing positivity, but you come with some, like, there's a negative energy about it. It's not freeing. It's not peaceful. It's not loving. It's not bright and shiny and kind and accepting, right? Acceptance is true love. Acceptance of others, right? Accepting people for who they are, not trying to change them, fit them into your little box so that you can feel more comfortable. Isn't that the whole codependency thing? For you to feel more comfortable and secure in what you believe, you need other people to jump in there, because if they don't, right, then you're going to feel insecure about your beliefs. And in me, I'm just here by myself, fucking sitting here talking about the experiences that I've had, which are very wide. I've had a lot of accomplishments. I've had a lot of success, achievement. I've had a lot of fucking failures. I've had a lot of setbacks, but you know the fucking drill, right? They say it, setbacks, right? The comeback is always better than the setback. And I'm coming fucking back, and I'm coming back better than ever. I'm more focused. I'm more powerful. I feel I'm more spiritual than I've ever been. And I know I'm more free than I've ever been. Free-minded, right? Accepting of people, non-judgmental, right? I was the most judgmental, negative motherfucker when I was going to church. And I knew everyone around me, they were the same fucking way, because how fucking shitty is it if your faith is telling you all day long you got to deny yourself? Like, your feelings, your thoughts, your emotions, your desires are not okay. You need to fucking lay all that shit down and then like subscribe to something else that's outside of yourself. It's crazy. That alone doesn't fucking line up with me. That's not how I'm seeing life. Denying myself. What the fuck does that mean? Denying my ambitions, denying my goals, denying my desires, right? The desires of the flesh. The more motherfuckers I know that deny their flesh, the more sinful they do. And that secret fucking sin. Are you secret sinner? Come on now. I'll tell you what, I do a lot. Whatever you guys would call sinning, it's like I'm so free that that's not even a thing. It's not even a thing. It's just living, right? And honoring yourself. And when you need something to deny yourself, fuck, man, that's not authentic. That's not even admirable, right? That's toxic. To say, you know, I have a need. Oh no, your faith says you can't honor your need. So you're going to have to just what? Let it go? No, it doesn't go away. It comes out in other ways. That's the problem. It comes out in other ways, motherfuckers, when you don't honor yourself. Deny yourself. No, honor yourself. Why do we need to deny ourselves? I can't imagine this incredible God that made all these amazing, beautiful things is so insecure that he won't allow us to take credit for our own shit. That we got to deny ourselves. He needs everyone to just let themselves go and align and be allegiance to that. That don't seem right. I don't know. I could talk around in circles all day, but instead, hopefully I'm going to go walk up in a circle, right? Big loop route today. It looks like it might be clearing just enough to get in a little hike. Look, new week. I was looking at the calendar. We're only 2 weeks. 2 weeks from July. Less than 2 weeks, actually. If you ain't fucking started to get some shit done in 22, it's not too late. Right now is the right time, motherfuckers. Right now is the right time. If you need a little extra encouragement, you need a little extra motivation, reach out to me. I'll light a fire in your ass, motherfuckers, because I'm going to turn your fucking life around, coach. I ain't here to save you. You got to save your fucking self. Guess what else you got to do? You got to heal yourself. Your therapist can't heal you, right? The magic trick didn't heal me. I don't know. Can you truly tell me that it healed you? All your emotional wounds, all your pain, all your suffering, all your grief, all your loss, it's all gone. Oh, no, it's not gone. But that's just how it goes. That's the faith that we just got to be patient. What? No, you got to put in work. That's the only thing I'm asking you guys to do is don't just keep watching this ticker go by. Start putting in the fucking work to get some things done, to get some accomplishment, to start moving in a positive direction. Start healing yourself. You got to process through your emotions. You got to go in there and replay these traumatic events. I was talking to someone last night. I started telling him about my fucking trauma, and he's like, "Oh no, I didn't have nothing like that." I was like, "Really? Why? Where's this anxiety coming from?" And it was an interesting conversation, but it had to have come from somewhere. And see, what a lot of us don't even want to accept is that a lot of us, even when we're in the womb, if our mothers are under stressful situations, those stress hormones are transferred, right? That's already traumatic events. We ain't even born yet, and we already have stress-induced trauma. We already have stress-induced trauma, literally, while in the womb, motherfuckers, in the womb. And so it's so significant. It's the only word that ain't in the Bible. That's trauma. Don't try and look it up. Don't try and find something different. It's not there. Prove me wrong. It's not there. Why? Why is it not there? It's one of the most important, significant issues of life. Dealing with your trauma, 0 to 10 years old. You got to rewrite. You can't change it, but you can give it new meaning, and you can change how you are going to respond in the future to it. Because most of us, myself included, my trauma totally was operating at a subconscious level. I didn't even realize. I didn't even have any fucking idea what it was. I didn't realize what trauma was. I never thought about fucking trauma, right? I never thought about that shit. We talk about abuse and all this stuff, but traumatic events, impactful traumatic events in our life, dude, it's one of the biggest fucking just deterrents of a healthy lifestyle, because it creates so much pain and suffering in our psyche. right? And it doesn't get healed with a magic trick. It does not get healed with any kind of quick fix. It takes processing emotions over and over again, not to a broken record, right? Type of way. Because every time you process a painful experience or a painful memory or a painful emotion, there's healing. That is healing. But especially talking to dads, talking to men, women, you guys know how to connect with your emotions a hell of a lot more than most men. But for men, we need to really identify what these feelings are that are going on in our bodies. What's the difference between really being angry and upset and being afraid, being scared? And it's okay as a man to be fucking scared. There's plenty of shit that could scare any fucking human being. You got a lot of shit going on in life, right? Things are coming at you all different ways. Things are getting a little overwhelming. Fuck yeah, you could feel fucking scared. But can you stay scared? Are you going to freeze in it? No. But for you to just ignore it and act like it don't matter and then just respond with anger when you're overwhelmed, that's going to only make shit worse. Why you got to be safe from that? No, you need to be healed from that. You need to know I'm scared. I'm going through a lot right now, and you got to accept it. You need to honor that fucking feeling and let it process itself and realize that it's okay as a man to be fucking scared. But that doesn't mean you stay like that. That means that's an area where you can grow, right? You can create more mental toughness. You can create more resilienceness. You can build courage by doing the hard fucking things, motherfuckers. That's what being courageous is overcoming the fear with action, right? When I jumped out of that fucking airplane, trust me, we all, like, I think that's probably one of the scariest fucking things for most human beings, not all, most, is the idea of jumping out of a fucking airplane. Way the fuck up there, man. Falling from the sky, jumping out of an airplane. It's pretty fucking frightening psychological vision, right, for us to have. Kudos to those of you that have tried it, right? To me, being on the other side of that, it's like I'm having to recalibrate what am I afraid of? Because that was an unknown in my life prior to doing that. But as I've took action, it's now in the rear view mirror. Now, does that mean when I go do it again, I'm not going to be a little tense? I'm not going to be a little afraid? No, I probably will. I'll probably be both of those things. However, I am operating from a new level, a place where it's like, I've been here, I've overcome it, and I can continue to grow on this. But that doesn't mean when I face it again that I'm not scared or I'm not afraid. No, I just have to find that courage that I found before to do it again, to do it again, to do it again, and build the fucking momentum that gets you to where you want to be. But that takes action. That takes commitment. That takes courage. That takes commitment and discipline to show up for you, motherfuckers, for you. It's not the all about me fucking show. It's the all on me. That means you're going to put the weight of fucking your life on your shoulders, and you're going to march up that mountain, down that valley, wherever the fuck you're headed to. You're going to put the weight, you're going to take the responsibility, and you are going to fucking own your life, and you will deliver positive results. And if you need a positive male role model, fuck, I'm here for you, right? I am here for you because guess what? I believe in you. I know you are capable of more than what you are dealing with right now. I know that right now is not the end. You can change everything about your life. You can truly be happy and joyful around the clock throughout the year, not just on special days that people celebrating you, not just on vacation, not just on the weekend, not just when your team wins. You can be happy through it all. But it takes work, motherfuckers. It takes work. And it takes discipline. And it takes them motherfucking results. Because you know the drill. Results kill excuses. It's all on me. Greg's out.